the walls. We're breaking free. Yeah, we're breaking free. No more oppression. It's out for liberty. Breaking free. Yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts. We're reclaiming our land. They try to silence us, but we won't be tamed. Voices getting loud, can't keep us in chains. We got the power, we got the might. Together we can shine, together we can fight. Feel the rhythm in your feet, it's time to stand tall. Raise your voice and shout, we're breaking down the walls. We're breaking free, yeah, we're breaking free. No more oppression, it's out for liberty. Breaking free, yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts, we're reclaiming our land. They try to silence us, but we won't be tamed. Voices getting loud, can't keep us in chains. We got the power, we got the might. Together we can shine, together we can fight. Feel the rhythm in your feet, it's time to stand tall. Raise your voice and shout, we're breaking down the walls. We're breaking free, yeah, we're breaking free. No more oppression, it's out for liberty. Breaking free, yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts, we're reclaiming our land. We're claiming our land, yeah.
I hate this show. Oh my goodness.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Are You Smarter Than a Politician? This is the political cage match where bold solutions win and bad ideas get wrecked. Tonight's theme is rigged systems. Who really writes the rules in America? Is it the voters or the institutions protecting themselves? Tonight, we dive into the hidden machinery of power, from government accountability and the Federal Reserve to war powers, surveillance, business regulation, and the future of voting itself. And we'll push even further into the big questions about property rights, medical autonomy, digital identity, and centralized control. Stepping up to the podium tonight are three notable political minds ready to face off. Get ready, because tonight you decide who is smarter than a politician. Joining us, I think we lost Cassie. There she is. Joining us tonight, my buddy, Rob Yates. He's running for LNC chair. He's also the LP North Carolina communications director. He's ran several times for mayor of Charlotte, and you can find him on X at ProsperCLT 2023. How are you tonight, Rob?
Man, I'm feeling great. North Carolina about to represent. I'm coming home with my fourth win. I'm feeling great. Not too worried about these two at all. Let's get it going.
Yeah, I should have added that this is a show to promote the North Carolina convention. We have three North Carolina folks on here. How you feel about your chances against two fellow North Carolinians?
When this is done, it's going to be my state.
Nice. You're going to redo the flag? Will the flag have a crooked hat on it at some point?
It will.
It will.
Libertarian Mafia. What up?
There we go. All right. Also joining us tonight for the first time, Cassie Clark. She is the host of the Where Dogwoods Bloom podcast, which you can find on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all of the places. Her website is wherethedogwoodsbloom.com. And appropriately enough, you can find her on X at Dogwood Blooms. How are you tonight, Cassie?
I'm great. I'm ready to beat everybody. Prove that this is actually my state.
Excellent. Tell us about your podcast and your website.
Yeah, so I talk about North Carolina culture and I celebrate life here in North Carolina, and somehow that spiraled into the political sphere. And so far it's been great. If you want to learn more about North Carolina, you should follow me.
Excellent. Thanks for doing this. Last but not least, he is the chair of LP North Carolina. He is a previous candidate for both the NC Senate and House, and you can join LPNC at lpnc.org/join-RB. And we have your wrong handle on here. You're at Ryan Brown on X, something like that.
Ryan Brown NC. Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on. As you saw, I am a previous candidate, so Am I smarter than a politician? I don't know. Am I smarter than myself? I'm not smart enough to know. But yeah, welcome to have me. Welcome. Thank you for having me. Welcome to be here. And Rob, you're fired tomorrow. So
Thank
it's
God,
going to be
I've
my
been
state.
waiting.
So
Welcome to have me. That sounds like something I would have said. So I appreciate
yeah, I'm setting the bar really low so I can only improve. So
Excellent. And everybody at home will notice that Terry's not here tonight. The first show ever that Terry has missed, and it was for a very good reason. She has a friend that's very sick that she's helping out. And, Terry, we're thinking of you tonight. And prayers for Linda, and hope all is well. And it's crazy. I mean, I know you know this, Rob, but like Terry and I have been doing shows for, I guess, almost 3 years at this point. This is the first one she's ever missed. I've missed like a dozen. This is the first one she's ever missed. So her Cal Ripken like streak has ended, but it was for a good reason. So all right, so let me jump into the chat, see who's here. Darren Staley's here. Libertarians show up late, but they also stay late. That is 100% true. Mike reposted. What's up, Mike? Check out the Vidco Verdict. His show is really great. He's doing some cool stuff about energy right now. Travis is here. What's up? That
Travis?
seems like a song. I'm not singing it because I don't know it, but there's Mike. William Wells is here. Woohoo! 3 of my favorite people in the whole wide world. Me and who else? I'm not sure. Dan's here. What's up, Dan? Craig Reynolds says 100 points to Cassie for rage quitting before the game started. That was a new high right there. Dangerous News is here. 100 points for the contestant without a beard. That's a very obvious one. Chris is here. What's up, buddy? Minus 100 to Ryan for the bad Joe Hanoush costume. You should have wore a yellow shirt, not black. That's hilarious. Amity's here. What's up, Amity? First 200 to my bestie, Rob. Scientific Libertarians here. What's up? 100 to Cassie for taking one look at these 3 dudes and leaving. Hashtag instance. 100 to Yates for doing the work. Minus 100 to Rob for pretending to be representative of North Carolina. I could see how you'd be mad about that, Craig.
Yeah.
200 to Rob for no step on Sneck, but minus 13 for the crooked hat. I'd go with the over on the minus 13. Wolfpack's here. What's up? Minus 100 for Rob. That's fair. 100 to Cassie for being the only born and bred North Carolinian.
Oh, Ryan, you should take that personally.
I do. I'm just waiting my time.
Awesome. All right, so let's jump. Well, no, I need. I forgot what else. Terry's not here, so I'm off the leash tonight. I gotta say, you can follow me and Terry on X. I am Smarter Game Show. She is Bats T76. You can get our swag at freedomsuperstore.com. The shorts will be up eventually at Freedom Uncut on YouTube. Thank you to our sponsor, Zoom. And where is that at? Here we go. Tonight's show is brought to you by Zoom. If you believe adults should be free to explore their own consciousness and you're looking for a modern, precision-dosed psychedelic experience, please check out zoomtrip.com. That's XUM trip.com and see what they're building over there. I would tell you it's really fun, but I lost mine in a boating accident. Actually, I'm lying. They're free. They're legal everywhere. And we were talking about conventions. We've got 3 more. We're here tonight because the next one is March 27th through 29th in North Carolina. Then we're off to Texas and then Colorado. And then we will be ending up at the National Convention in Grand Rapids. So please join us at one of those or join your own state convention if you can. And thank you again to You Are the Power for doing the show with us on Friday. The double add-on to the donations is still going on. So if you donate $1, they get 3. You can go to youarethepower.net/donate and give them money. That's through the rest of the month. We raised $15,000 for them so far. So please keep donating. They're an amazing organization. And thank you to our subscribers. Terry, Amity, Ocean Blue, Shirley, Dr. Belay and Lisa, Dan, Chris, Casey, Dave Krantz, Jake, Phil, Jacob, who does the Biblical Anarchy podcast, Anarcho Society Clothing. I forgot to say that Jake Day does the If by Whiskey podcast. Rob Yates is a sponsor. Also, Papa B, Lars Mapstead, Nomi, Jay, and Anarchist Chef. Appreciate y'all. You can subscribe to us on X. And if you want to sponsor the show, email studio@freedomuncut.com. Let's pretend that went smoothly. If Terry asked, I did that really well. Okay. So, all right, let's get back to it. And please share this out. Help bust the algorithm. X has been very rude to us recently, although we're over 1,000 already. So that's a good sign. Yeah, I said that. Oh, and Amity's been helping us out behind the scenes. Thank you, Amity. And Casey's actually jumped in to do the scoring tonight. So it'll probably be more whack than usual, which might be fun. And she's Amity Lee 13. He's at American versus Gov and does the They Both Suck podcast. And I already said the swag. I already said, if you haven't seen our show from Friday, it was a blast. 3.5 hours. All these amazing people. Ended up with Justin Amash calling out Thomas Massey at the end. So if you'd like to see that, let us know. Comment that you'd like to see the Amash Massey throwdown. That would be fun. And donate to youarethepower.net/donate. And since Trump ruined peace prizes, the grand prize tonight is the Are You Smarter Than a Peace Prize. We also have on the prize shelf Mike Johnson's signature cologne, Swamp Ass, as well as the Ayn Rand Fountainhead teddy bear. We have the home edition of Are You Smarter Than a Politician, as well as this nice assortment of libertarian bobbleheads, including Justin Amash. And we have the game, Neoconopoly. If you want to play a game of global domination, blow up countries that did nothing, don't have nuclear weapons, might have oil or other minerals we want, it's a great way to teach your kids about politics. Also, we have the food pyramid scheme. You can make money by tariffs. You can do it by subsidies. There's lots of ways to make money on that game. Also, we have the Trump random tariff generator. What you do is you pull his arm and he pulls a tariff out of his ass. It's worked for him to this point. And we have the dollar destroyer. Why do you need a piggy bank when you have a central bank? And we have the Ice Agent training kit, of course, comes with the honorary GED degree, the in-action figures, as well as somebody has to take this tonight. It's March already, and we still have the Trump nativity set. We'd like to get rid of it. We paid a tariff to get it. Somebody's got to take this thing. And of course, the Lego Killdozer. Rules are, I am the government. Whatever I say goes. Scoring errors count. Life isn't fair. Suck it up, Buttercup. Nobody cares. The rules are you can debate each other, filibuster, you can veto, tariff, redistribute an answer, and of course, everybody starts off with negative 500 points because the government gets paid first. Here's how scoring works. The chat controls the score. So you can give or take up to 100 points from contestants. And because I'm the government and I believe in crony capitalism, subscribers can give or take up to 200 points because they pay me, so they matter more. Nuking a score. Any former contestant can nuke a score, taking it down by 1,000 points. The twist is they can only be nuked one time, and it's got to be for a good reason. All right. After all of that is said and done, lightning round. This will go to you, Rob. Category is government accountability. Should citizens have the right to sue government officials personally for abuse of power?
Not only should they have the right to sue government officials for abuse of power, I think that when a government official is on trial in this situation, the burden should be guilty until proven innocent. That's how they do it with CPS. That's how the IRS does it. And qualified immunity immediately. We should actually probably have the right to charge them with criminal offenses for abuses of power, but I'm happy to start with suing them.
I like it. All right. Cassie, to you, the question is, should members of Congress face automatic term limits?
Absolutely. Without a doubt. Members of Congress should not be allowed to get in office, stay in office, and get rich off of us.
I dig it. All right. Ryan, to you. Should every federal agency regulation expire automatically unless Congress renews it?
Yes. I think they should all expire after, let's say, 6 years. How about that? That way, if you can't get people to renew it every 6 years, and it's gone. That way you get a couple terms in Congress, 1 term in Senate, and that's it. If it's gone after that, it's gone.
I'll take the under. Would you hear 6 days? I'll do
that.
I'll do Pawn Stars. All I can do is 6 days.
Fine by me.
All right. Rob, to you, the category is monetary policy. Should Americans be free to use competing currencies without penalty?
I mean, the idea that we're restricted to using some fiat currency backed by the Fed, who can just devalue it at will, is probably the root of everything that's wrong in our country. Not only should we be able to use alternative currencies, we should all be switching to parallel systems. It's time to get some crypto going.
Love it. Cassie, to you. Should the Federal Reserve lose its power to create money without congressional approval?
Yes, the more money that floods our system, the less our money is worth.
I agree. All right, Ryan, to you. Should Congress require a full audit of the Federal Reserve, including its emergency lending programs?
Yes, not only should they audit it, they should obviously get rid of the Fed. And I'd just like to tack on that the root of all evil in this country is the money that they create just out of thin air. And as I said earlier, we can blame Alexander Hamilton for pretty much everything evil in this world.
I like it. Can you make that into a musical, though?
Yes, I'll get Dan Smuts right on it.
Excellent. Right after the break. Rob, to you. Category is the Federal Reserve. Should the Federal Reserve be abolished and replaced with a decentralized banking system?
The Federal Reserve should be abolished, burned to the ground, and every trace of it excised from memory completely, and decentralize everything, starting with banking. If I give someone $1 and that person gives me an apple, that should be the end of the transaction. No need to get the government involved and the Fed immediately. Taxation is theft.
Vote libertarian, as Marcus Matthews would say. All right. Cassie, to you. Should Congress take direct control over monetary policy decisions?
Oh, that's a hard one. I can imagine what a libertarian would say. I'm gonna go with read me the question again.
All right. Should Congress take direct control over monetary policy decisions?
No, I think that our money. No, I'm gonna go with no. Rob, is that right?
Rob?
Correct. I'll give you the correct answer. The correct answer is no. No one should have control over any money supply.
There we go. Yay!
It's a great answer, Cassie.
Thank you.
I liked it. That was a good pivot. I'll allow it. Ryan, to you. Should the Fed disclose all meetings with major financial institutions in real time?
Yes. We should not have any limited insider trading. Insider trading should be for all the people. So if anyone wants to follow the calendar, see where the Fed chairman's going, we should all be able to bet on that speculation.
Absolutely. Rob, to you. Category is anti-war. Should the president be prohibited from launching military strikes without congressional approval?
Yes, 100%. In fact, the president and Congress should be limited from launching military strikes unless it's a defensive action. And then it should require congressional approval, which in the case of a defensive action shouldn't be hard to get.
All right. Cassie, to you. Should Congress repeal open-ended war authorizations that have lasted for decades?
Yes. Am I supposed to do fill-ins here, or am I just
Yeah,
supposed to be yes and no?
Sorry, sorry. Yes or no, add a sentence or two.
How about just yes?
We'll allow it. We'll allow it. All right, Ryan, to you. Should the United States drastically reduce its overseas military footprint?
We should finish out the mission of fighting the war on terror by attacking the one country in the Middle East we haven't, and then pack up when we're done with that and be home in 6 months. Bring all the troops home.
Interesting. All right. Rob, to you. Categories business regulation. Should the government stop using regulation to pick winners and losers in industries?
It's time to get rid of the FDA, the USDA, obviously the Fed, the IRS, the Department of Education, and every other institution that is coming in and setting these rules so that essential businesses include Walmart, but not, the company that you own down on the street corner. But don't worry, because the government's going to send you a $2,000 check twice, unless you made a certain amount last year when it wasn't a COVID restriction, in which case you're not going to get any money at all. The government needs to get the hell out of business. Free market. Like I said, I buy an apple, I give you $1, end of transaction. Government has no place in it.
All right. Cassie, to you. Should regulatory agencies be required to get congressional approval before major rules take effect?
Yes, there should not be bureaucratic agencies making rules for the American people.
I like it. Ryan, to you. Should most federal business regulations be returned to state or local control?
Yes, it is much easier to go talk to someone who is in your local or city or your local or city council or state government than it is complaining to some nameless, faceless Fed.
I like it. All right, we've reached the score break. Enter your scores in the chat if you have not done so already. Let's see where we are at. And 100 to Rob for firing, or 100 to Ryan for firing Rob. That's fair. 100 to Ryan for having a beard. I assume that makes up 80% of his personality. Minus 500 from Rob and Ryan for improper headwear position. Welcome, Darren. Much love to Terry and Linda. Yeah, thanks, Liberty Shamrocker. Welcome. Yeah, prayers to Terry and fam. Thank you. What's up, Nomi? Check out Nomi's podcast, 3 Shots In. Don't watch the other one, though. 100 for free for doing the show on shrooms. There's never been a guest on the show. He still keeps it going. Oh, that's amazing. That would be hilarious. Like Sixth Sense or something. I'm just podcasting and I'm just talking to people that aren't here. I'm really talking to Alexander Hamilton. That's what's going on here. Anonymous Patriots here. What's up? 100 to me for remembering you were on tonight. Yeah, that's excellent. Thank you. Oh, that's Waz too. What's up, Waz? 100 to Cassie for being the NC Queen from WNC Mom. Welcome. That might be Terry back there. What's up, Terry? Break that algorithm. Share that out. Please do. 500 points to Cassie for being a dragon. I got that. Minus 100 to Rob. Politicians don't get a trial. That's fair. Minus 100 to Rob for hyperbole. Minus 100 to Cassie. Low info voters are the problem. Voting should be the only term limits we need. 100 to Rob for the, or 100 to Ryan for the beard. 2 R names. We should never do names with the same letter because I can't read. 100 to Cassie for rich off of us. 100 for no step on snack flag. Who dat here? Minus 100 to Rob for insider trading with the crypto answer. Craig's here. What's up? 10 to Ryan for his Alexander Hamilton hate. I'd go on the over on that. 200 to Ryan for the Dan Smott shout out. Lancaster Libertarians here. What's up? 100 to Ryan. Dan Smotts is the second best Dan. There you go, Dan. I appreciate that. Minus 100 to Ryan for dissing Hamilton from Twilight Sparkle. JSA General Reb is here. Minus 100 to Rob for giving the correct answer.
That's me, by the way.
Oh, is that you? All right. Cassie, 200 for getting the answer right. Minus 25 for asking freaking Rob. Jeez.
That's a fair deduction.
Points to Cassie for calling out the ridiculous format of the show. Wait, ridiculous? I don't know what you're talking about. 100 to Ryan for taking a shot at Hamilton. Aaron Burr is an unsung national hero. Yeah, we should rename all the Trump centers after Aaron Burr. 100 to Ryan for dropping an Hamilton reference. 100 to Rob and Ryan for ending the Fed. Friday was epic. Thanks, Brandon. Friday was a lot of fun. 100 to Ryan, get rid of the Fed. Minus 50 to Cassie for no explanations. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Ryan, my man, 200 for shooting star of David.
Thank you for getting the one country reference.
Yeah. Oh no, we all got it. Lou's here for Cassie. Excellent. Oh, Cassie for the win from Craig. Let's try that again. Cassie for the win. Oh, Craig's got a couple accounts here. I found out. Minus 500 to Rob for regurgitating libertarian talking points. I mean, that's literally the whole show. That's literally what we do. 100 to Cassie for being concise. Darren's the token Democrat here. Excited for the show, playing online poker on my other laptop. That's her. Darren, if you ever want to come on, we would love to have a Democrat. I'm finding nowadays I'm agreeing with the Democrats more and more than I would like to say.
Sorry.
Is Lindsey Graham a Democrat? Wait, no, hold on. Wait, what? If we're gonna get kicked, it better be for something badass. Make us proud, Rob.
I got you.
Let's not get kicked again. 200 Cassie for calling out the administrative state. 200 for Ryan. It's all local. What's up, anarchist chef? 200 to Ryan for the shirt and for the regulation at the local level. Oh, that's Jake Day. What's up, buddy? And 200 to Ryan for localize. All right, that was a lot of talking, and let's see where we're at. Ooh, interesting. Cassie in the lead, 1750. Rob, 1300. Ryan, 1118. Ryan, first time on the show. You're in third place. What do you think?
Democracy sucks.
As I like to say, mob rule ain't cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rob, second place. What are you thinking?
I'm just getting warmed up. I like where I am right now. I'm feeling good, feeling confident, ready for the next round.
Are you gonna do some stretching or something? Like take it to the next level?
I've been Chris through the gauntlet, Dad. I'm gonna try and get us kicked off.
Oh boy. Where's that mute button again? Cassie, first place so far. First time on the show. What do you think?
I'm used to winning, so this is,
Interesting. All right. Let's get back into it. Rob, categories licensing. Should most occupational licensing laws be abolished nationwide?
No, all occupational licensing laws should be abolished nationwide. In North Carolina, there are 973 professions that require you to have an occupational license. If you want to become a barber in our state, it takes a year and costs approximately $14,000, and you can still get fined or arrested if you open that shop in your own home. Occupational licensing is one of the most underappreciated and tyrannical things the government does to control the population, and we need to end it immediately.
Did you see the thing that to build a casket, you have to have like an advanced degree and like $70,000 in licenses to build a casket to be buried in?
No, it's good. It costs $70,000 to learn how to dig a hole.
Yeah. No, it's just the box. It's like literally like
just nail the box
pieces
together.
of wood. Yeah, 4 pieces of wood. Yep. All right, Cassie, to you. Should states recognize licenses issued by any other state automatically?
Yes, but I agree with Rob. I think that any type of all of those licenses are just taxes on the American people. That's all they are.
I agree.
Can we just clip that? I agree with Rob and post that.
No, we cannot.
Should we add that to the intro?
Yeah, definitely.
Right after Tub yelling, "I hate this show," we could put Cassie, I agree with Rob.
I meant to say, fuck you, Rob. Now everybody give me points.
That would be better for the intro. Ryan, to you. Should licensing boards dominated by industry insiders be outlawed?
I mean, that's pretty much the current system we have in North Carolina, and it's led to a bunch of negative outcomes. So yeah, we need to get rid of these boards that basically can choose their own competitors and choose who to license.
I agree. Rob, to you. Category small business. Should federal tax policy be rewritten to favor small businesses over large corporations?
I mean, look at the food bill or the farm bill. You know, it helps small farmers by giving $50 billion to the 4 biggest corporations in the food industry and making it impossible for farmers, small farmers, to produce anything at any sort of profit. But what it does do that's really beneficial is make it, it's a negative cost to produce corn. And so we get corn syrup, and that's why Doritos cost way less than broccoli. We need to get rid of the tax system completely, but insofar as it exists, it should 100% reward small businesses, people starting up, and especially farmers here in North Carolina get hit hard by these ridiculous laws.
All right. Cassie, to you. Should zoning laws be loosened so people can operate more businesses from their homes?
Absolutely. People should be able to operate a business from their home without any interference from the government.
Absolutely. Ryan, to you. Should federal regulations be waived for businesses under a certain size?
Yes, 250,000 employees. A little sarcastic, but yeah, it's kind of like how we have a income tax system that penalizes you when you make more money. You know, businesses sort of tend to stagnate right around 45 to 50 people because that's when you have to start, following more regulations at 50 employees in a lot of cases. So yeah, we need to get rid of that, and we'll have a lot more small businesses that turn into medium businesses as opposed to stagnating.
I like the high number there. Rob, to you. Categories guns 2A. Should Americans be able to own most firearms that the military can legally possess?
I mean, it's time to legalize recreational nukes. The point of the Second Amendment is not self-defense the way people like to talk about it. The point of the Second Amendment is to protect against a tyrannical government. If an Alzheimer patient can be president or a sociopath can be president and they have the nuclear codes, then I should be allowed to own the same things. And real quick, Cy, I know tons about broccoli. It's green, it's cruciferous, and I made some for dinner tonight. So what's up?
Oh boy, I don't even know what we're talking about. I would worry about the one part of that you said. I don't have nukes in my house, and apparently you can get bombed for that. So I don't want that kind of action coming down on me.
I heard the IRS does, though.
Yeah.
President Trump, if you're listening, the IRS has tons of nukes. Tons of nukes. They've been an imminent threat for 120 years.
Hey, what kind of game show gimmicks do we have again? Can I debate with him or can I agree with him? I just want to let the audience know I'm looking for 200 points here. I was debating between this shirt or the shirt that said the Second Amendment is for shooting cops. So I just like to let the crowd know that tonight. So,
oh boy,
I'll go get it after the second point section. How about that?
Yeah. Now I'm spacing on his name, but he wore like 12 shirts on Friday.
Oh damn.
Derek,
no, that was
right?
2 episodes ago. Yeah.
Yeah. He wore like 12 shirts and took off a shirt. Every answer was excellent. All right. Cassie, to you. Should law-abiding adults be able to carry firearms nationwide without permits?
Now, this is one libertarian stance that I take very seriously. Absolutely. I am a grown woman. If I want to carry a gun anywhere, I should be able to do so without a permit.
I agree. And we paid for those highways that go through those states, so we should be able to take our guns wherever we want. Ryan, should gun manufacturers be protected from lawsuits over crimes committed with their products?
Yes. The only caveat being if they sell to the feds, they should be responsible for what the feds do with them.
That might be the best caveat ever on the show. I like that. Rob, to you. Categories homeschooling and education. Should parents be able to opt out of public education taxes if they homeschool?
I mean, I reject the premise of the question because we need to get rid of public schools. But yes, 100%. You pay for the education you want. If you're homeschooling, you should pay for that. If you send your kid to a public school, private school, micro school, whatever it may be, let the market determine, and maybe our education system wouldn't suck so bad.
Or in your case, maybe a breakdancing school?
Top of my class. I granted I rode the short bus there, but
All right, Cassie, to you. Should the federal government get out of education policy entirely?
Absolutely. Everything that the federal government ends up turning to shit, that they touch ends up turning to shit. So they should not have anything to do with our education policy.
Shit has value for manure. It might even be worse than shit, but yeah. All right, Ryan, to you. Should states allow families to create independent learning co-ops without regulation?
Yeah, you were talking about shit. That's a Democrat platform right there. But yeah, we the states interfere with education way too much, and the fact that you want to have education with more than one person, who cares? Just let them do whatever they want.
You can say whatever you want about the Democrats. Biden wasn't talking about the draft. I'm just saying. I found a little love for Biden the last year and a half right now. So, all right, Rob, to you. Category is small farms. Should individuals be free to buy food directly from farms without regulatory barriers?
Not only should they be, you are free to buy food directly from farms without regulatory barriers if you keep your mouth shut. And I encourage everyone to do so. Again, parallel systems, this is the way. Enough of the big four food companies. Let's get them the fuck out of our food system and get back to some healthy, natural food that farmers are growing and we're buying directly.
Are you endorsing broccoli on the record?
I like broccoli.
Okay. I'm just asking for the chat. It was coming. All right. Cassie, to you. Should small farms be exempt from many federal agriculture regulations?
Yes. Small farms should be able to produce food without having to be overseen by the government. Absolutely. And I think that they're better equipped to do it than the government is to oversee them.
I agree. Ryan, to you. Should local butchers be allowed to process meat without expensive federal inspection requirements?
Absolutely. Like with all foods, people should be able to buy local. And, if there's any sort of issues with the meat from the local farmer, they're going to ruin their reputation. So they're going to be motivated to do it right. Currently, if you sell some bad meat, it gets recalled by the FDA. No one cares. And so we end up with probably more bad meat than just selling it neighbor to neighbor.
I agree. Rob, do you? Oh, no, enter scores. All right. So if you've not entered your scores in the chat, do so now. The chat is hopping. They're enjoying North Carolina night. 100 to Cassie for not having a beard. And Thomas is here. What's up, Thomas? 25 to Ryan for sympathy. 100 to Cassie for the sour apple cotton candy Twilight Sparkle vape pen. Hashtag new sponsor. Points to anyone that can work in a Ben Shapiro eyebrow reference. Oh boy. I don't have enough eyebrow for that. 100 to Ryan for democracy sucks. That's true. 200 to Rob if he doesn't get us kicked off of YouTube. Yeah, that's even better. That's even better. 50 to Cassie for the first place confidence. 100 to Cassie for used to winning. 200 to Rob. Make sure you have led when we get kicked, or have the lead when we get kicked. I'm sorry, I went 2A on that. Rob seems like he's ready to lose. Get used to it. Oh boy.
Raise hail, praise Dale. What's up?
Yes. You're not allowed to say that. You're from DC.
I'm scrapping for points.
200 to Rob. Abolish occupational licensing. 200 to Cassie for the confidence. 200 to Cassie. License is a tax. 200 points to Cassie for getting the question right, but minus 100 for agreeing with Rob. 100 to Cassie for F you, Rob. Now give me the points. 200 to Cassie for the extra license hatred. Minus 200 to Cassie for agreeing with Rob too often. 100 to Cassie for admitting she agrees with Rob. That works for you and against you. I'd like to see the math on that. 200 to Rob and Cassie, get rid of occupational licensing. 200 to Rob for calling out the hypocrisy of the Farm Bill. 100 to Rob for needing a barber. Minus 100 to Rob for pretending like he knows anything about broccoli. Oh, that's where that came from. Minus 200 from Ryan for hating progressive taxation. Hate all taxation equally. 2 to Rob for his Second Amendment stance. Minus 100 to Rob for saying cruciferous. I would have swore that was scientific, trying to make me say cruciferous. 100 to Ryan for reading the comment section. I feel seen. 200 from Rob Broccoli. Minus 200 for that volume, bro. 200 to Ryan for calling out the ludicrous. We did that one. 100 to Ryan. Fuck the ATF. 200 to Ryan for the anti-Fed caveat. 200 to Cassie. Permitless carry everywhere. 100 to Rob. Get rid of those school taxes. 500 to Rob for rejecting the premise, and minus 100 for being wrong. So net 40. That's some Democrat math right there, Derek.
That's a public school.
This math brought to you by Mayor Brandon Johnson from Chicago. Damn it, can't edit on YouTube. Minus 200 to YouTube. I'll double that for banning us the other day. 200 to Cassie for her libertarian answer. Everything the federal government does turns to shit. 100 to Rob for starting every answer with not only hashtag consistency. Points to Rob if you keep your effing mouth shut. Minus to Rob for not endorsing broccoli. 200 to Cassie for her libertarian answer. Keep government out of farmers' sale of their food. 100 to Cassie for small farms. Just remember, North Carolina is not in the South.
Don't anything Gnome says, don't bite. Just
start. Don't start. Yeah. Just don't make eye contact.
Yeah.
Watch your valuables. He's related to Christy Gnome. We found out on a show the other day. 200 to Ryan. Keep government out of meat sales. Neighbor to neighbor. 100 to Ryan for making me giggle at bad meat. Oh boy.
Let me know if you need some, Darren.
You can charge him 500.
How many points for bad meat is what we're really asking.
Yeah, I'll whore out for points.
200 to Ryan. Lift restrictions on local farmers and butchers. I can grow way more calories of corn than broccoli per acre with the emojis. God bless you, scientific. And I almost lost it there permanently. It's getting a little closer. Cassie 3,300, Rob 3,142, Ryan just behind 2,893. It's getting fun, y'all. Here we go. All right. Rob, to you, categories drug legalization, brought to you by our friends at Zoom Beyond Shrooms. That's xumtrip.com. Appreciate them sponsoring the show. Rob, should federal prohibition of psychedelics be repealed?
You know, there was a ton of scientific literature in the 50s about using small amounts of LSD to treat and effectively cure alcoholism. And then Timothy Leary came along and he had the audacity to say, don't buy into the system, and the system can't stand a challenge, so they got rid of it. Federal regulations on psychedelics should be burned in an ash heap with the Fed. This isn't just some pro-drug things. This is talking about substances that treat PTSD, help with anxiety and depression, can really help some really troubled people, and the government would rather use it for MK Ultra and create the Unabomber, who it turns out was right about a lot of stuff.
All right. Cassie, to you. Should states be free to legalize drugs without federal interference?
I'm going to give the libertarian answer here. And for all my conservative followers, do not hate me. This hurts. Oh my God, Rob. What have you gotten me into? Show me the question again.
My plan is working.
And when you say, just real quick, when you say the libertarian answer, what I hear is the correct answer or the freedom answer, which is what you're supposed to do on the show. The question is, should states be free to legalize drugs without federal interference?
Yes, localities should be able to make their own laws and regulations.
Amen, Cassie. Good job on the correct answer. Ryan, to you. Should the federal government end the war on drugs entirely?
Yes. As maybe the only libertarian who's never smoked weed before, it is still something that the war on drugs is just about the worst thing that's ever happened to America, right next to all the other war on X that we've tried.
No, I know a lot of libertarians that I would pay money for them to smoke weed. So you're for sure not the only one. And my favorite joke about the war on drugs is that drugs won, right? So, all right, Rob, to you. Category is local autonomy erosion. Should cities and counties have more power than state governments in many policies?
So the higher up the level of government, the less power they should have by far. And in fact, I think the only legitimate use of government at the highest level is defense of our borders from military invasion and enforcement of laws against person and property. But North Carolina, another great example, we're a Dillon rule state. It's so hard to legally get stuff done at the city or local levels because you need to get, your stamp of permission from a legislature, where people in Western North Carolina feel like they can impose their will on people in Eastern North Carolina as if the mountains and the beach have the same ecosystems and the same things to deal with.
You got Raleigh
Decentralized,
confused with the
decentralized,
rest of the state.
decentralized. I mean, the representatives coming in.
Just wanted to clarify.
I wasn't quick enough on the cameras there to get the there was some stuff. Yeah. All right, Cassie, to you. Should federal mandates on local governments be drastically reduced?
Yes, I think that, I mean, I already said it. I feel like localities should be able to govern themselves with less interference from the federal government and the state government.
All right. Ryan, to you. Should federal funding conditions on local policy be eliminated?
Sort of. Yeah, personally, I don't believe in the federal government really having any authority. However, one thing you do see in Dillon rule states or with the feds is that the one thing they are good at is controlling policy with money. So if they are going to control policy in a way that benefits freedom, as in you don't get any dollars if you ban guns in any building, then okay, that's fine. It's not the greatest use, but at least it's pro-freedom. But if they're saying you can't have any guns in your county if you want funding, then we need to get rid of that. So only if they're doing it for pro-liberty ways or ideas.
I like the pivot there. That was cool. Rob, to you. Category is stopping the surveillance state. Should government agencies be banned from buying private data to bypass warrants?
It's a trick question because there should be no government agencies that have any involvement in spying on Americans, collecting our data, knowing what we do whatsoever. Tear down the NSA. If I could be, snap my fingers and be president, the first thing I would do is hire Edward Snowden to run the NSA, and we'd start from there. I may have talked about this before, but I'm a big proponent of this idea called Dick Pic Tuesday, where we all just send each other thousands of dick pics. Doesn't have to be ours, just download them wherever. And let's flood the NSA servers with a bunch of dick pics. We need to get the government completely out of the surveillance and personal data business, whether they're, strong arming private companies to take the data or taking it straight off our phones.
I like it. That would be weird, but I like it. Send them to other people than me. Thank you. Cassie, to you. Should warrantless mass surveillance programs be shut down entirely?
Yes, there is no excuse whatsoever for our government spying on us.
I agree. And the Patriot Act. Ryan, to you. Should Americans have the right to know if they were monitored by intelligence agencies?
Yeah, speaking to Rob's point, I'm going to send a picture of Richard Nixon to Lindsey Graham tonight. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. But yeah, they're spying on us all the time. And so we sort of already know that. Although I'd like to see a notification or just a piece of mail, keep the USPS in business somehow, but a piece of mail every time that our data was accessed by a Fed. And, the USPS would probably be able to survive at that point.
Yeah. Make it certified too.
Yeah.
Make it cost them a few bucks. Rob, do you categories voting reform? Should voters be able to cast ballots online the same way they file taxes and manage their bank accounts?
I mean, hell yeah. And it would be much more a realistic depiction of the system. If we're going to vote in celebrities, then it should be like American Idol.
If my buddy William's in the chat, I would make it blockchain. Cassie, do
Hey,
you?
hey, can I debate Rob on that one? How does this work?
Absolutely. All right, so hang on. So you have 15 seconds to say what you want to say to Rob. He has 15 seconds to retort. You can start when we leave the screen. And
All right, the American Idol reference was perfect. However, online voting would be the dumbest thing we could ever do, because not only will it be insecure, it would incredibly accelerate the politicians who are trying to steal from the people and just make them steal money even faster.
Politicians already steal from this people. This whole system is illegitimate. Let's delegitimize it as fast as we can and mock it for the sham that it is.
Okay, I agree with Rob now. Accelerationism is the way to go. That's it. I got nothing more. It's the dumbest idea ever, so let's speed it up.
Blockchain would be secure, though. All right, we gotta fix this. And all right, Cassie, to you. Should open primaries replace closed party primaries nationwide?
I can't hear.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Can I answer this one?
Hold on a second. Let's see if Cassie gets back in. Cassie, you want to leave real quick? Well, she can't hear me, so I don't know sign language. So that probably was not helpful. Oh, we have two Cassies. We got way better looking real quick here.
Minus 100
Can
for
we
no
fix
beer.
it?
All right, can you hear me?
I can't hear again.
Oh boy. Just leave the studio and come back in. Rob, text her and tell her to leave the studio and come back in. There, no, she's doing it now.
Can I filibuster on this one? Can I just explain this in the context of North Carolina, since we have open primaries?
Sure.
All right, here's the thing with open primaries. It doesn't matter, because the root problem of open primaries is the voter. So it's on each individual party to educate the voter about who their candidates are and who they think might be best, or who has the best ideas one way or the other. There is no solution that makes any sense, because if you close primaries, you give the power to the establishment to choose either who their candidates are or anything else like that. And it doesn't really solve anything, because if it's 90 days or 120 days or 1 year out from when you're allowed to register as a candidate in a political party and then register for office, people have been unaffiliated for 10 years just to influence primaries. So they are going to register 1 year out or 2 years out or 5 years out, whatever it is, to influence the primary. So it's never going to fix anything. And the problem is all on the candidate for educating the people who are voting for him.
Let's see if we got Cassie back here. Cassie, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
All
Awesome.
right. Perfect. All right. And thanks for doing that, Ryan. I would have just been
It's a
awkward
pretty
for
based
that
answer.
period of time. Cassie, the question is, should open primaries replace closed party primaries nationwide?
I'm going to say no. Just because I feel like people are dirty. And so you make all the primaries open, and what's going to happen? People from the other team are going to start pretending like they're, Republicans are going to start voting in the Democrat primaries and vice versa. I think it's just going to cause a huge mess. And so I say no. I'm sure people won't agree, but that's me.
That's a tough one. I gave you a tough one. Ryan, to you, should Congress mandate the same election rules for every state?
Again, I'm going to say no, and I'm going to reference an obscure Tom Scott video from 10 years ago about both election rules and online voting. The decentralized aspect of the elections that we currently have in the United States makes it very, very hard to steal an election. It's possible when presidential elections come down to 15,000 votes in one state, but in general, the decentralized nature makes it very hard to steal elections.
Interesting. All right. Rob, do you category is different voting style options? Should ranked choice voting replace traditional plurality voting in federal elections?
So I'm actually a big proponent of preference voting. So I also want to completely get rid of political parties. There should be no political party barrier to getting on the ballot. Anyone who wants to file to run as a candidate can, and then next to their name is just a yes or a no. Everyone you like, you click yes. Everyone you don't like, you click no. And the person with the most yeses get it. It incentivizes people to run for something instead of against each other. But insofar as we are stuck in this godforsaken system, ranked choice voting is exponentially better than the current plurality voting system.
I agree. Interesting. Cassie, to you. Should citizens be able to vote directly on more federal issues through national referendums?
Absolutely. I think a great number of our representatives don't do what we send them to Washington, D.C. to do. So we should be able to make a vote and have our voice heard on the matter.
I agree. Ryan, to you. Should states be free to experiment with alternative voting systems without federal interference?
Absolutely. Alaska has had some interesting elections and results with ranked choice voting. I think that it is definitely something we need to do in the general election. If we're going to have primary elections, we should keep them, based by party. So in the end, we get at least one from each party. But in the general election, yeah, we need to do ranked choice voting. I think it would be a game changer.
Excellent. Rob, back to you. The category is the duopoly stranglehold. Are Democrats and Republicans actively designing election rules to keep competitors off the ballot?
So this is the foundational bedrock trick in the uniparty's basket. Here in North Carolina in 2017, so anyone who's not familiar with our electoral makeup, we have the largest block of voters in North Carolina is unaffiliated. And in 2017, 7 unaffiliated voters sued to get a spot on the state board of elections, which is currently appointed by the governor, I believe, but it requires to have at least 2 people from each party. Roy Cooper spent $17 million. He was governor then. He's running for Senate. He's a terrible candidate. Vote Shannon Bray.
Roy Cooper spent $17 million.
And he won. And they said unaffiliated voters cannot get on the board of elections. If you don't get a certain number of signatures or pass muster with one side of the uniparty coin, you can't be on the ballot. The whole system is rigged. What's up, Lars? And this is the first line of defense that the uniparty has in making sure that our voices are not represented.
Rob, I hate riggers as much as the next, but the thing is, the people are appointed by the auditor now, so you should pay attention. Minus 100 points for not paying attention to the law change in 2024.
Fair.
All right, Cassie, to you. Should federal law require equal debate access for candidates polling above a minimum threshold?
I hate to say that anybody should have to be required to do something, but I found it absolutely ridiculous when people don't want to debate. So I think that they should debate. Also, Ted Nugent. Darren knows what I'm talking about.
Oh boy. All right, Ryan, to you. Should taxpayer-funded elections be offered to independent candidates to break the two-party monopoly?
No. I think that campaign finance is sort of a dumb way to do law, but the one thing it does show us is who exactly these candidates are paid for. So there should be no federal funding for any election, and people should be able to see who exactly is trying to buy the vote of the people who are running for office.
All right. Enter your scores in the chat if you have not done so already. This is getting interesting. 200 to Ryan for the cool teas. Welcome, Angela. 300 to Cassie for kicking off the NC Ain't the South. Is that Mander Rising? Mandy, welcome. 100 to Cassie if she tells Nomi to shut up, Yankee.
Nomi, shut up, Yankee.
Yeah. There we go. Minus 100 from Rob for being too sciencey. 200 to Rob, prohibition kills. Minus 100 to Rob for endorsing a man who violated the NAP. 100 to Rob for Uncle Ted. 100 to Rob, science over feelings. Minus 100 to Ryan for never smoking weed. That might be the most game show ever. 200 to Cassie, localities should be able to make their own laws. 100 to Ryan for admitting he hasn't smoked weed. 200 to Ryan, end the war on drugs. 200 to Rob, acknowledging the benefits of psychedelics. 300 to Larry Sharp for still answering question from Friday. What's up, Philip? Great one. 50 to Cassie for small farms being unregulated, and a bonus 50 for giving me the bird. 100 to Ryan for the war on drugs. The drugs won anyways. 100 to everyone because I was smoking and I forgot. Minus 100 to Rob for over-explaining in a cheap attempt to gain points. 100 to Cassie for interrupting Rob. Yeah, I knew that was coming. 100 to Ryan for being honest. 200 to Cassie for saying, I already said it. Did I stutter? Points to Cassie for the freedom answer, not conservative answer. What's up, stonk whisperer? 100 to Rob for talking about ecosystems. Hashtag, you know what I like. Oh, boy. Minus 200 to Cassie. If I can't tell you believe that drug answer or just what you think it should be, you should say, be unapologetically you. Same. I have not either. I have consumed a loaded chocolate chip cookie. Hopefully during the show. Gilbert Turner just nerding somebody. States were blackmailed for FH funds for not having drinking ages at 21. Federal highway is where I'm going to go with the FH.
That's what it is.
Yeah, points to me. 200 Rob for pawning the NSA. Did Rob just say smell my finger? If so, 100. Maybe to somebody. 100 to Rob for Nixon. That's unfortunate. Or 100 to Ryan for Nixon. I'm freezing up here. There we go. 200 to Ryan for debate, American Idol reference. Minus 100 from Ryan for agreeing with Rob. 100 to Cassie for rage quitting again. 100 to Cassie for switching out with her more libertarian sister. Minus 200 to Cassie for the AOL. 200 to Cassie for having technical issues before me. That's absolutely fair. I have had no technical issues so far. Well, and I just froze up. 100 to Cassie for some new headphones or speaker. What's up, who dat? Minus 100 for everybody not advocating jungle and RCV. Minus 100 to Ryan. I thought you just agreed the system was illegitimate. Brent's here. What's up, Brent? Check out the Aiming Up
Brent?
podcast, everybody. Don't think anyone was seeing my comments on mobile, so I broke out the laptop. We're without Terry tonight, so we are. Casey's actually doing a good job. I'm doing a terrible job as usual. So yeah, that was true. Minus 200 to Cassie for opposing open primaries. 200 to Cassie for pretending she couldn't hear the question. It's like if I approached you in a bar, you're like, I can't just go away. 100 to Cassie for supporting free association of people within their parties. Points to Rob for saying get rid of political parties. Amity, a long one. Minus 200 Cassie.
She's laughing right behind you.
I could hear her mocking me from the other room. Minus 200 Cassie. I like open primaries. As a libertarian, sometimes there are other parties with liberty candidates I would vote for in Virginia, but I can't do that here in Florida now. Open equals better. You can't vote across state lines. Why did I read all that?
Unless you're a Democrat.
Yeah. Minus 100 to Rob for not saying none of the above should be on the ballot. Minus 100 to Cassie for being wrong about open primaries. Switch back to your sister. Minus 100 to Rob for ranked choice voting. Minus 100 to Rob for Alaska has 14 people in it.
Those are Rob's, not mine.
Right, yeah. I'm just reading the wrong names over and over again. It should be minus 14, though, for the 14 people. Okay, what's up? Shut up is here. Welcome. Points to Rob for his stance on preferred voting. Nomi says make NOTA an option on the ballot. 100%. Each adult should decide if drugs are legal.
Just don't give them to Gnome. Just
100
don't
to
give them to
Ryan.
Gnome.
100 to Ryan for being technically right, which is the best type of right you can be. Minus 100 to Rob for not knowing it's the state auditor. Unfollowing Cassie.
Cassie, that's the best thing that's happened to you today.
Yeah.
Yay!
Sprinkle
If
the
it's any
insult,
consolation, I've probably already muted you, so it's cool.
that is 100% true. Points to Cassie for pandering to the chat. Check out what is going on here. Ooh, we have a little switcheroo going on the scoreboard here.
Hell no.
Ryan, who I keep calling by the wrong name, is now in the lead with 43-43. Cassie 100 behind 42-25. And Rob falling back into the wasteland 38-42. Let's do it again here. All right.
Rob, I got
you,
a question. When can I nuke people?
Only
after
after
you've
the
been
show.
on the show.
Oh, okay. So I'll nuke Rob next time. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just for the record, no contestants listen to the rules, so you're right on brand with the show. So
Thank you. I would like to nuke Rob next episode, even if I'm not here.
yeah. All right. All right, Rob. Category is war with Iran. Should the United States stop military operations against Iran unless Congress declares it?
I mean, immediately. The best time to stop was before we started. The next best time is right now. I can't even joke about this answer. Like, we just blew up a school with 167 kids in it, and that's us. And look, I ain't here to defend Iran. The world is better without the Ayatollah. That is not a good regime. Those are evil people. But you don't raise the moral bar by bringing yourself down to what they're doing.
All right, Cassie, to you. Should U.S. troops be withdrawn from areas that could escalate the war with Iran?
All right, here come my conservative roots, y'all. Hell no. And I'm a hillbilly, and I'm all for blowing them off the fucking map. I said what I said. There goes all my points. I don't care.
I know you got people in the chat, so this should be interesting. This is what Bush would call strategery. You're doing some strategery. Yeah. So, I'm against you, but let's see where the chat's at. All right, Ryan, to you. Should foreign policy prioritize avoiding another long Middle East war?
Of course. No one saw Iraq or Afghanistan the first week or two and said, oh, this is going to be a boondoggle. But having looked back at it, it was, of course, a boondoggle, right? We got stuck down, bogged down, trying to fight people who had literally never attacked us. I mean, maybe not literally never, but didn't attack us. So there's no reason for us to be over there. It's just to sell weapons to the military industrial complex. And now watch this drive. That's a GW reference, by the way. But there you go. That's it. There's no point to it.
All right. Rob, to you. Categories eminent domain. Should governments be banned from using eminent domain for private development projects?
Government should be banned for using eminent domain from anything. But of all the horrible draconian ways in which the government uses eminent domain, when they are doing it to support private development projects, it's simply the worst. That's where people who are quote unquote elected because of massive funding that comes in from special interests, who then take away our property so that those special interests can make money off of it. I think it should be criminal theft, and they should go to jail if they attempt it.
All right. Cassie, to you. Should states require a public vote before large land seizures?
If it's private land, there should be no vote because no one should take that property, period.
I like it. Ryan, to you. Should property owners be able to refuse government land seizures entirely?
Yes. And not only that, we should get rid of eminent domain or not eminent domain, property tax, because if you refuse it and you refuse to pay taxes on it, they're going to take it anyways. But yeah, we shouldn't have property tax. That's just renting from the government, and they shouldn't be able to take it from you from eminent domain because that's just stealing.
I agree. Rob, back to you. Category is decentralization. Should major federal agencies be broken up and abolished?
So here's my controversial stance. I don't have a problem with the National Park Service. Every single other one should be ripped to shreds and thrown on the ash heap along with the Federal Reserve.
Really, you're coming out for the Park Service.
Yeah, they're all right. I like
your
national
big
parks.
stance. Okay. All right. Cassie, to you. Should decentralized governance replace many national programs?
Yes. I think that privatized welfare and several other things could be handled much better than what the government does. Yeah.
I agree. Ryan, to you. Should national regulations give way to state level experimentation?
Absolutely. The Second Amendment was also made for the National Park Service. So I think we get rid of them and we can experiment both National Park Service and drug-related content or drug-related policy, Second Amendment policy, First Amendment policy, all of it. We can figure it out at the state level.
I'd rather go to a state park because they probably won't have a statue of Trump by the end of his term. So, all right. Rob, to you. Categories healthcare regulations. Should patients be able to purchase medications directly without prescriptions?
They should be able to purchase medications directly without prescriptions from a vending machine in a 7-Eleven if they so choose. There's once again, someone makes product, I buy that product. There's no need to have any sort of government agency or agent whatsoever involved in that transaction.
Ooh, we have a development here. Hang on one second. Amity, a former 4-time winner on the show, knew Cassie for being a neocon. so you lost. You got a lot of love from your friends in the chat for being a neocon, but in this case, you lost 1,000 points. And if I can find it, we have a little graphic for this. So here we go. And there it is. There it is. And the donkey turns into an elephant on that one for whatever reason. But
Tell Amity that he's an asshole.
but all right. Maybe we'll make you guys face off one time. That'd be fun.
Ooh.
All right. Cassie, to you, down 1,000, but you get a chance to redeem yourself here. Should federal health agencies lose authority over state medical policy?
Absolutely. I'm a huge believer that medical marijuana should be legalized. I have PTSD. I don't think that the federal government should have any say in that whatsoever. I believe it should be my state. And for that matter, any North Carolinians out there who are listening, who are part of the government, please legalize medical marijuana because you don't have the right to say what I can take to help with my medical condition.
There you go. You're back on our side. Ryan, to you. Should Americans be allowed to import medications from other countries freely? You're muted.
Thank you. Right before the last question, you mentioned face off. I tried to interject, but I was muted. I'm going to ignore the question and just let everyone know that Seth Jarvis, import from Canada, just scored the third goal in the Carolina Hurricanes versus Pittsburgh Penguin game and put us up with 30 seconds left in the game. So yes, we should be able to import Canadians who bring their medication and to beat the Pittsburgh Penguins.
You lost me so hard there. I have no idea what that was.
Rob knows. Go Canes.
I understood you better. I understood you better while you were muted that time.
Fair enough.
All right. Rob, to you. Category is localism and agorism. Should local food networks operate outside large regulatory systems?
They should. If you are in a local food network at any point, if you could be a distributor, a seller, a grower, a producer, whatever it may be, and you're listening, I encourage you to do this. Parallel systems again and again and again. If we just start ignoring their system, it falls apart.
I agree. Cassie, to you. Should local informal markets be permitted even if they circumvent regulatory frameworks?
Yes, they should be. And as a matter of fact, I don't think that most of us who are actually have deep roots in North Carolina, I think that we kind of go around that anyway. I mean, I get moonshine, right? If I want to buy from a local farmer, I'm paying cash and just putting it in the back of the car. You know what I mean? Like, I think that we're already doing that. I don't think that the government should have any say in it.
All right. Ryan, to you. Should small community currencies be allowed to circulate?
Absolutely. When it comes to currency at all, just don't control it. Don't control it at all. If the local currency is tobacco, fine. If the local currency is moonshine, I'll drink to that. Cheers. But don't let any federal or state government try to control the currencies. We don't need that control.
I agree. And I like the idea of trading and moonshine. Rob, to you. Category is technocratic governance. Should technocratic rule be replaced with more direct democratic control?
I mean, when you say direct democratic control, you're going from elitist rule to mob rule. It's a step in the right direction. I just believe in self-governance.
Okay. Cassie, to you. Should major regulatory decisions require approval by elected lawmakers?
Read that to me again, please.
Should major regulatory decisions require approval by elected lawmakers? So if the FDA makes a regulatory decision, should it have to be approved by elected lawmakers?
Well, I mean, I've already said that I don't think that any bureaucratic agency should be making regulations at all. I mean, I stand by that.
Okay. I'll take it. Ryan, you. Should the government rely less on centralized planning by expert committees?
Yeah, that was Mises's theory, basically, that it doesn't matter how smart you are, how many calculations you can run, you're never going to be able to centrally plan the economy that people want. So, yeah, we'll get them off that, and sure as hell make sure they don't use AI to start planning things even worse, faster. So,
all right. Enter your scores in the chat if you have not done so already. The chat is fire right now. Let's see what's going on. 200 to Cassie if she introduces me to her sister. 200 to Cassie for having our usual peeps showing up tonight. Yeah, you got a lot of friends in the chat. That's awesome. Welcome everybody. Hope you're enjoying yourself. It's fun. There's a little stuff going on, but I hope you're having a good time. 200 to Rob for end war now. 100 to Rob for stopping the war. Points to Rob for mentioning the school. Minus to Cassie for being a warmonger. A lot of minus to Cassie for the war thing. Points to Cassie for the stance on war. 100 to Free for strategery. Yeah, that's in my vocabulary. Minus to Cassie for no war. 200 to Ryan for saying boondoggle. Minus to Ryan for saying boondoggle. So you broke even there. Points to Cassie for being real and stating it. Points to Cassie for the great answer. Minus to Cassie, she knows what she did. Minus to Rob for making an unconstitutional stance. Hey, Brett, I found your original comment. I scrolled way back. So, yeah, that was your Android comment. Points to Cassie for no land seizure. Points to Cassie for saying pause off private land. Points to Ryan for being savage to Rob. 100 points to me and 100 points to Rob because they are the only ones who retweeted me today. No, appreciate you, Jonathan. Keep doing what you're doing. Unless they bomb it first, Cassie, minus 200. 100 to Rob for ending the war. 100 to Rob for no eminent domain. 200 to Cassie for no eminent domain. There was the nuke. 200 to Cassie for leaving her own comments. Solid. 100 to Ryan for the Gandalf beard. Minus 100 to Rob for picking 7-Eleven
that's a fair one
instead of QT. 200 to Rob, no government involvement in prescriptions. 200 to Rob, to hell with eminent domain or whatever he said. 200 to Cassie if she agrees to come on the show with me. You want to go up against Amity?
Sure.
No, that'd be fun. Excellent. Minus 200 Cassie for the double bird. Minus 100 Cassie for calling Amity an a-hole. She's an a-wholesome at best.
She's an a-hole. My bad.
100 to Cassie for the medical marijuana. Amity, I'll face off with you. Oh, there it is. That's your comment. There we go. Minus 100 to Ryan for being muted. Yeah, that was coming. 200 to Ryan for being muted. Nuke on Ryan for being muted. Oh, interesting.
Thought you were cool. I liked you.
Here we go.
Now somebody nuke Rob. Come on.
Is that one better or worse? I can't even remember. All right. So, yeah, back to the comments and more minus for being muted. 206 for Ryan for Canes. Yeah, go Blackhawks. Points to Cassie, or thanks, Cassie. We'll set it up. Points to Cassie for advocating for medical marijuana. Points to Ryan for saying go Canes. That worked out for you. Points to Ryan if he muted himself every time he talks about hockey. I have a sudden overwhelming urge to put on some Limp Bizkit for some reason. Minus to Ryan, F the Canes. Points to Cassie for the moonshine. Minus to Ryan for having a big fake background. Points to Cassie for the hillbilly shine. 100 to the comments section for making the entire show fun. 100%. This has been a great one. Minus to Rob for saying self-governance because he believes in no borders. Gross. And points to Cassie for no regulation at all. Let's see where we ended up here. Ooh, very interesting. Well, I think this was obvious after the nukes. Rob 4905. Look at the lost column. The lost column is insane at this point. Cassie 3825. Ryan 3343. Let's do one more. All right. Rob, to you. Category is foreign influence in U.S. government. Should foreign-owned companies face restrictions on political donations?
So this is a tricky one. In the current system, yes, the foreign influence in our government is outrageous, and the opposite of decentralized governance is having bigger and broader and further out entities trying to influence our policy. That being said, political donation shouldn't be a thing because politicians should have so little power that you can give them all the money they want and it doesn't matter.
I agree. Cassie, to you. Should foreign lobbying in Washington be banned entirely?
Absolutely. No foreign entity should be interfering in American politics.
I agree. Ryan, you. Should members of Congress be prohibited from owning stocks tied to foreign governments?
A little controversial, but no. If they should be able to report it. So if Lindsey Graham owns $100 million in Israel likes to kill kids Inc., fine, let them have it. But no, they should be able to do what they want. We should be able to vote them out or worse as needed. So.
All right. Rob, back to you. The category is centralized identity systems. Should the federal government be banned from creating a national digital ID system?
I love to talk about, I used to live in China, but now they have, it's like watching an episode of Black Mirror where your social credit score gets you into places. It influences your bank accounts and influences your ability to travel, your ability to even buy groceries. National ID, along with the central bank digital currency, this is the plan. It's just for control. There should be no national ID whatsoever. There should be no local ID required whatsoever. If people want IDs, it's very easy to have a certified and back system and we can prove who we are, but it's dystopian to think about a federal ID.
I agree. Cassie, to you. Should states be free to reject federal identity databases?
Yes, I think that our states, I believe in federalism, and I believe that our states should be able to have a say over that. Absolutely.
I do too. Ryan, to you. Should biometric ID systems be restricted or banned?
Depends on the system, but in general, people should be able to choose whether or not they want to be a part of the government that mandates them. So, should they be banned? Probably not. But should people be able to secede from the government that requires them? Absolutely.
I like it. All right, Rob, to you. Category is policing technology. Should police be restricted from using facial recognition technology?
Sorry, Sai just said that I have the color palette of a divorced dad in his 50s. That's a really funny comment. Thank you. Yeah, facial recognition software is it's all different legs of the same horrible beast. You have federal ID, you have facial recognition software, you have Palantir tracking everyone, AI. Boston Global is developing robot dogs. We're getting approvals coming down now to use AI and autonomic weapon systems. It's just a big march for more control, more control, more control. Facial recognition software should 100% not be part of the government's arsenal.
All right, Cassie, to you. Should departments need a warrant to deploy drones for surveillance?
Yes, you should not be surveilling American citizens without a warrant, period.
I like it. Or I'm going, well, let's see here. Ryan, to you. Should predictive policing software be banned?
See my new shirt. I ran into the other room to grab this just during Rob's answer, but the shirt should speak for itself. Yes.
All right. The shirt answered the question. I like it. Rob, back to you. Should citizens be notified when surveillance technology is used in their community?
Yes, 100%. They should be notified, and in particular, if it's cameras, all the homeless people should get a detailed map, and they should be told that there's lots of copper in it.
I like it. Cassie, to you. Should police be prohibited from using AI tools that profile suspects?
Yes, we shouldn't be profiling people.
All right. Ryan, to you. Should all police surveillance technology require public approval?
Absolutely. If you go look at block camera comments, I went and spoke to the Creedmoor City Council on Tuesday of last week. So yeah, we put 10 cameras in our city without a single bit of public comment or input from the community. So yeah, the surveillance that we do at a local level absolutely needs input from the people.
All right. Rob, back to you. Categories healthcare freedom. Should states be free to experiment with alternative healthcare models?
States, cities, communities, people with their doctors. Right now, federally, technically, if you're smoking weed to relieve stage 4 end-of-life cancer pain, you could go to prison. I know that doesn't happen, but it's still on the books, and if they ever decided to want to enforce it, they could. You want medical innovation. And to be fair, the United States is doing fairly well in medical innovation because we still have a relatively free medical system compared to a lot of the rest of the world. But 100%, the smaller the locality, the more free they should be to experiment with alternative medical systems.
All right. Cassie, to you. Should individuals be able to purchase healthcare outside government regulated insurance systems?
Absolutely. We should have an open market for anything that has to do with our healthcare, insurance, hospital visits. The government shouldn't have anything to do with it.
All right. Ryan, to you. Should medical providers be allowed to operate without insurance networks?
Absolutely. When the Pittsburgh Penguins come to North Carolina and they lose a hockey game, they should be able to get medication or counseling for their depression or anything like that. There's no reason to require that people have health insurance to get medication.
All right. Rob, to you. Category is medical autonomy. Should adults have the final say over their own medical treatment?
I mean, with the caveat that if an adult is incapacitated or unable to make a decision about his or her medical treatment, but yeah, 100%. The idea that someone else should be able to tell you you can't get medical treatment because of some bullshit law, it's sick. Our whole system is messed up, and the only two people that should be involved in a medical decision are you and your doctor.
All right, Cassie, to you. Should government mandates on medical procedures be prohibited?
Give me an example.
Vaccines?
So, okay, so read me the question again.
There's a lot of asks here.
Sorry.
Should the government mandates on medical procedures be prohibited?
Yeah, they shouldn't be able to tell us that we have to take a vaccine, or be able to tell us, once again, that I can't smoke marijuana for PTSD, like any of that. They should not have the power to do that.
All right. The chat liked that you made me work. Ryan, to you. Should patients be able to try experimental treatments without federal approval?
Yeah, absolutely. The fact that we mandate people have to go through some sort of government approved trial to see whether or not something is beneficial or not is silly, in my opinion. We just need to let people go to a hospital, go to a doctor's office, and if the doctor is, hey, let's try this, then sure, let them try it. I mean, if they've got a terminal cancer, then it sounds morbid, but they're going to die. So why don't we let them try something? And it should be that way with all drugs or medications or treatment options.
All right. Enter your scores in the chat. Tell us what you thought. Tell us who you think won. And let's jump into the chat one last time. Cassie, points to Cassie for flipping the bird more than to me in a single show. Minus 100 to both boys for not recruiting Cassie to the Libertarian Party of North Carolina.
I'm working on it.
Points to Rob. You have higher points even with the nukes. This is odd.
It is odd.
200 to Cassie just so that she can beat Rob. Points to Cassie for acknowledging AIPAC should be banned from the halls of Congress. Points to Cassie for no foreign influence. Points to Cassie for no lobbying. Same. Points to Cassie for being real. Points to Cassie for favoring America. Points to Ryan for no answer on regulating stock ownership for Congress. Points to Rob for banning ID systems. Things go better with barter. 100% Thomas. Points to Cassie for putting our country first. Points to Rob for not being a WEF plant. Minus to Cassie, the Federalists got it wrong. Points to Rob for ignoring the system. Please explain to me how humans survived 10,000 years without any regulations, or how we had roads before taxes. Points to Ryan for saying it depends. First lesson I learned in law school, and my answer to any political question. That's fair. Points to Ryan for secede from participating. 200 to Rob, self-governance and no borders except around private property. AI is dumb at best. Points to Rob. Points to Cassie for support the Fourth Amendment. Points to Rob for local food systems. Points to Ryan for the shirt. Knew that was coming. Points to Cassie for no invasion of privacy. Points to Ryan for the shirt. Points to Ryan and Rob to enrage the comment section. Yeah, the comments are leaning heavily to Cassie right now. Points to Ryan for the based wardrobe change, although that might violate the nap, so minus 13. Phil Ryan's here. What's up, Phil? Check out LP Allies. Points to Rob for ignoring the system. Points to Ryan for the new shirt. Points to Cassie for supporting shadow markets. Points to Rob for the copper comment. Yeah, that was awesome. Points to Rob for self-governance for the win. Ryan's about to get us kicked off YouTube again. Yeah, I thought it. Points to Cassie for no regulations at all. Go Go fuck yourself, sigh. Oh, I know who that's from. Points to Rob for no border stances. 100 if he can prove he can draw within the borders.
Can't.
Yeah, that's probably not true. 100 to Cassie for sticking to her guns. 100 to Cassie and minus to Rob for promoting mob rule, or Rob rule as I like to call it.
I'm fine with Rob rule.
Yeah. Come to the dark side, Cassie. Yes, please come to the dark side with us. Points to Brent for Limp Bizkit. That's a weird one. Points to Cassie for no profiling. Points to Ryan for getting us kicked off YouTube again. Yep. Points to Ryan for going to city council meetings. Minus to Rob for living in China. Points to Rob for having the color palette of a divorced dad in his 50s. Yeah, that's fair. Points to Ryan for saying Creedmoor while wearing the new shirt. Minus to Cassie for slowing down the home stretch. Points to Cassie for tolerance. So by Democrat math, she's up 300. That's also wrong. That's some Cory Booker math there. Points to Ryan for talking about flack. Points to Ryan for the bedazzled Fed shirt. You go, girl, is the hashtag. Points to Rob. The USA has more new drugs and surgeries than anywhere else on the planet because we have a chunk of capitalism built in. Points to Ryan. Medical outside or absent of insurance. Minus to Rob for always saying 100%. Points to Cassie for making Free read more tonight. That was your comment, Amity. I see you. Points to Free for flashing the crowd with my comments. Now I'm on a watch list. You forgot your hashtag there. Points to Cassie for making Free earn his keep. Yeah, there we go. Points to Rob for medical autonomy. Points to Ryan for his cane shirt. Points to Cassie for making Free read more. Yeah, there we go. Cassie won no matter what. And Darren wants to know if he won.
By his math, he did.
Darren, you got to come on. You got to come on and do it, man. Let's see where we ended up. And oh my God, was this close? Was this close?
If I'm not winning the points, do we give Cassie the 0.73 multiplier for being a woman?
We
she only gets 78 points for each of ours.
Yeah, for each of our dollars. Yeah.
There's no fashion competition because you would have won that, right?
Jeez. 3 shirts. 3.
Rob squeaks out the win by 23 points, something like that. And Cassie 52-25, and Ryan just behind 47-43. Ryan, your first time on the show, you had wardrobe changes and you did a whole dance number. What did you think tonight?
Well, again, Rob's fired. Cassie, you should come to the Libertarian Party. If you volunteer, you're also fired. Democracy sucks. Repeal the 19th. Just trying to figure out a way to get me more points. But no, seriously, it was great to be on, and I'm glad that you were able to have us on. And I'm looking forward to our convention at the end of the month, and hope to see everyone there.
Anything you want to plug?
Just lpnc.org. That'll take you to the homepage for our convention. You can register there, and we'll see you soon.
Excellent. And that website's up there, lpnc.org/join-RB. And Ryan is the LPNC chair and he's run for the NC Senate and House. And you can follow him on X at Ryan Brown NC. Appreciate you doing this. Looking forward to seeing you in North Carolina, man. That's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for having us up there. And Cassie, you brought lots of friends who were awesome. And I hope you had a good time. What'd you think?
Yeah, we'll have to do it again. It was fun.
Excellent.
I do want to let Ryan know that we don't live in a democracy. We live in a democratic republic, but that's it. There you go.
Still sucks.
Constitutional republic, but I'll give it to you. But plug your awesome website and all the stuff you're doing, your show.
Yeah, you can find me at wherethedogwoodblooms.com, and then you can check out my podcast that you can find it on Spotify, YouTube, but just about everywhere, and that's Where the Dogwood Blooms. And then you can check me out on X. I'm at Dogwood Blooms.
Excellent. Yeah, and there it is on your screen at Dogwood Blooms, and the website is wherethedogwoodblooms.com, and check out her show. It's on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all of the places. Really appreciate you. You're a lot of fun, and hope to have you back. And Rob Yates with the win. What'd you think, buddy?
Great show. I usually, if I win, I love to talk shit, but in all seriousness, Cassie and Ryan are two of my closest friends. This was awesome. Our convention's coming up March 27th to 29th in Lake Lure. I'm chair of the convention committee. Ryan will be chairing convention, and Cassie is actually our hired videographer. She will be on person or in person on site. It should be awesome. Free and I are jumping in freezing cold, and Ryan and Cassie maybe are jumping in freezing cold water at midnight to raise some money. That should be the highlight. We got tons of good speakers. And I will say, for everyone in the chat who's not conservative, Cassie is this close. Every other stance she has is libertarian. Just keep working on her because it would be a big get.
Absolutely. And Rob is at Prosper CLT 2023 on X. He is running for LNC chair. If you're a delegate, if you're not, go to your state convention, become a delegate, and appreciate you, brother. Really looking forward to the convention. That's going to be so much fun. You have so many excellent events planned and everything. It looks like it's going to be a great time.
I can't wait. I can't wait. We'll be live Friday night.
I like it. Yep, it's going to be fun. And thanks to Casey behind the scenes. He's doing all the stuff. He's got his camera off, so I don't think he wants to jump on. But you can follow me on X. I am at Smarter Game Show. Terry, who had to take the night off, is at BatsT76. You can get our swag at freedomsuperstore.com. And our shorts will be up on YouTube, and we're at Freedom Uncut on YouTube. Thanks again to Zoom for sponsoring the show. You can find their excellent goods at xumtrip.com. And here are the conventions we'll be at: North Carolina, March 27th through 29th, the Texas convention and the Colorado convention in April, and then the national convention in Grand Rapids in May. And once again, You Are the Power is still doing their fundraiser, and we have the double score on donations until the end of the month. So go to youarethepower.net/donate. And thank you again to all of our subscribers. You make this happen. We're spending a bunch of money doing all this stuff, so we really appreciate you. You can subscribe to us on X if you want. And if you want to sponsor us, email studio@freedomuncut.com. Hang out for a second, folks, and we'll end the stream. Thanks again to the chat. You guys were so much fun tonight. You guys make the show awesome. We appreciate you. We'll see you Friday. We have a show with antiwar.com. It is going to be awesome. And we talk about war a lot on this show. They are awesome people, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll see you then Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And